All right, so we back. We're gonna get back into the Lapeef network. This is part 2. They talking about should a woman date multiple men, you know, while she's searching for Mr. Right. You know, is it a good idea? So they're getting into it. We already did a amazing video on part 1. We jumping right in to part 2 right here. We're not gonna skip nothing. We're jumping right in. So let's go.
Serious he's taking you based on how much time he's giving you. And if he's not giving you the time, then it's like you cut it and move on.
Yeah, that's why you keep them in rotation so you can have somebody else to move
No, not a backup plan. Not a backup plan. It's like
maybe when your plan A keep failing you, you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. But okay.
Yeah, but
how's your plan A gonna keep failing you unless you're a failure? I don't know. But this video is just starting. I don't want to really get it too far into it. Hit the like and subscribe button, support the channel, all of that. I don't want to forget to say all of that. Okay, so help us out. Hit the like button. It pushes the videos to a larger degree. So let's get it.
How is the guy that's why did you put that you're using me? How is the guy that's plan B supposed to feel? You know what I mean?
You don't know who's plan B. You don't let nobody know your plan.
Yes, they do. Just like you know when you're a guy's plan B. Because like deep down,
people you know how many women are married to men that are men's plan B?
Say that again.
I said, you know how many men married their plan B?
Oh my goodness. Is she trolling? You know. Is she trolling right now, y'all? You know.
I don't think it's necessarily their plan B. I think it's the girl that was there at the right time. Like I asked guys.
Yeah, but most men have definitely said they lost a good woman because they met her at the wrong time.
Yeah,
but then when he tried to circle back and try to get her back, he couldn't get her, so he lost the love of his life. So not to say that his wife is any less than plan A, it's just that is his plan B.
Yep. Well, I think men love like differently. I think men kind of love like differently than women. So like men can love more than one girl at the same time. So I think it's just kind of different.
Where did you learn that concept?
I'm just talking to guys.
Did you learn it? Did you learn it from? Did your father also teach you that he loves more than one woman, or no?
No, he doesn't love more than one woman, but the capacity of a man's mind, yes, he can love multiple women at one time. You know, I wouldn't go as far as to stretch it like more than like 2. You know, because after a while, it's just like, you know, you just don't really give a fuck about them. And, you know, it just stays like that. But yeah, 2 women, I don't see why that should need fact checking. And, you know, she says she talks to guys. So obviously they're giving they're in a safe enough space to where they don't have to lie to her. They don't have anything to gain.
Or did you learn that from experience?
No, it's just like talking to guys when they talk about like their ex-girlfriends and stuff. It seems like if a guy loves a girl like once, he kind of always does. I mean, not every guys are different, but no, my parents met when they were like teenagers, so they only loved each other.
But
I guess they're each other's plan A's.
Right. So your dad is dedicated to your mom, or is he loving on other women?
See, she's gonna get real deep when Pearl tries to get her little point across. You know, she's gonna get real deep into what she's doing. This is good dialogue. You know, you got a lot of pushback. You know, the fellas are just kind of letting it go. Well, you know how it go. You know, I like to hear from some of the other panelists though.
Because you said
I don't know, my dad doesn't cheat.
Okay, so men can.
I mean, he just married like the first, you know, so they used to do that back then.
All right, let me get to Carmen. And then we'll get to the guys. Women should date multiple men at a time to explore their options. What are your thoughts, Carmen?
So I usually try to take the stance of not really
taking a position of what women should do, but I would say as women, we should really consider how susceptible we are to conditioning. And when we condition ourselves to feed on validation from a variety of men, I don't think that those are habits that are conducive to our own devotion in the long run, right? So I think that naturally, kind of like Pearl was saying, I mean, we are more programmed to be attached to men more quickly, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think when we fight against our nature, that it negatively affects the outcome, right? So I think that a lot of the things that I sort of learned through a lot of the mistakes that I made was that I wasn't really, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, like I really didn't understand myself, right? So I didn't understand why I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, but it's because my behaviors were not conducive to the end result that I wanted, right? And not necessarily like going out, but just in interaction with men.
Man, this girl's kind of smart, man. What's her name? Carmen? Man, she's spitting some knowledge on here. I just want to see if they give her that same pushback, if they actually soak it up and learn. Because a lot of this is helpful. These are conversations that, you know, people just don't have on a regular. They don't have these conversations on the regular. So it's a learning experience for everybody. Even me sitting here doing the reaction, you know, I'm sifting through it, you know, playing with these buttons and stuff. But, you know, it's a learning experience.
Men, I mean, I won't go into all of the things, but I think, again, like if you have a rotation and do those things, I mean, if it works for that woman and she finds what she's looking for and she's fulfilled through that, I mean, more power to her. But just the creature that we are as women, I really don't think that's very conducive to our own long-term fulfillment, because we are quite literally programming ourselves to feed on multiple sources of validation, the same way with social media and things like that. It's like a microcosm of that same thing. We're interacting with men for different reasons to fulfill different needs. And I think that it ultimately may make it more challenging to be content with the validation of one man. And I think that also when we put ourselves in the frame of mind,
before she jump into, you know, what she put herself in the frame of mind for, you know, they're not asking like, how did you learn that? What did you learn that? Did your dad tell you that? Did your, you know? So I obviously see some type of static on the panel between B. Taylor TV and Pearl. Pearl doesn't really give a fuck. She just on there to give her honest opinion. I don't think she has a horse in the race, you know. You know, that she's being genuine. Like I said, I'm gonna check out as much as, you know, do enough research on a few of these people and see if they got other channels. So I seen one dude on here, I think it was Mr. Let Go or something. You know, I seen him on here one time before. I seen him this last one. I might have did a reaction to it, I'm not sure. And I checked out his channel. He got 200,000 subs. You know.
that the man has to earn us. That's also kind of operating out of position. Like, I know that some people maybe take a different opinion, but I think that as a woman, it is more properly our position to show a man our devotion and earn his commitment versus him earning ours. That's my take.
And that's a fact. But, you know, I don't know if there's going to be some pushback with that right there, because it was dead on. That's the way it works, you know. There was plenty of women that a guy could have chosen, even me. You know, there was plenty of women, good women, you know, thoughts. There's plenty to choose from. I feel like I chose the one that was more devoted to me. I felt like she was more committed to me. You know, there could have been different things and different avenues. And, you know, you look at how much money you got now, where you at, you know, financially. And, you know, we can all look at these things and everything. And if that's important to you, then you should have chose one of those other relationships, or if you're, getting it together with the one that you're with. But, before I gave her my commitment, she already gave me hers. She gave me hers first. She showed me that she was committed and she was devoted, and that she truly wanted to be with me forever. That's the vibe I got. I didn't get that vibe with all those other chicks. Okay? So you got to be careful if you're looking for Mr. Right. Now, if you're just searching for just anybody and anybody can do the job, I know plenty of guys, 39, 40 years old, 35, and women get up and past 35, they hit the so-called wall, they say it's over. Trust me, ladies, it's not over. You can still get the baby, but you're not going to get the man that you want unless you put in the work. It's equality now. We're talking about all this equality. Men have to put in the work. Well, guess what? Women have to put in the work too. You guys are going to have to bring in income too. It's not just going to be guys or women running around talking about how they want a high value man making $100,000 a year. It's going to be men saying that shit too. This is just where I see the world going. Nothing's going to stop. Nobody's going to stop anybody from doing anything. Nobody's going to stop women from thinking like this. No one's going to stop women from getting, curving 3 or 4 good guys with good career on their shoulders, coming up, not making 100,000 yet, can't really do it too big. He's got his apartment, he's got his little car. It's not all done up. It's not, the brand new shit like the dope dealer got. She'll give a whole dope dealer a baby, and then she'll want you to be like this fucking, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Like I'm thinking like, wait a minute, what the fuck? So women, hey man, if you're not looking for Mr. Right, and none of this, void everything I'm saying, because the only thing I'm just trying to get you in the right train of thought to actually win. I mean, because you're not gonna win like this. These rosters, and you're not gonna win like this.
Okay. All right, let's start to get to the gentleman. Go ahead, Anton.
I wanted to hear I don't know if Coach K had went.
Yeah, I did.
Siobhan, did you go? You went too, right? Okay. Now, first of all,
I was talking.
It's a lot of cap on this panel. B. Taylor, if you sitting here trying to sell us on an idea that you're not busting it open, when you talking to multiple different dudes, I'm not going for it.
You don't have to. I was celibate for 4 years. I know how to. I'm very.
Wait a minute.
You were celibate for 4 years. Like how? Why? Was you extremely overweight or something? And you was just not comfortable with your body, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of not really realistic. You're talking about 0.5%. You're talking about 1/2 of a 1%. 4 years? You might well have been a born again virgin again. Oh, so you're messing with toys and shit too. You feel me?
Wait a minute. So you telling me that you was dating how many different dudes at the same time, and none of them was busting it open?
None. Because I wanted to protect myself. I had to learn the hard way to protect myself. So,
all right. What did it turn in? So did you wind up getting married as a result of it?
Not yet, but I will.
Not yet. I'm glad Antoine asked that question. I hope he has his ammo over there, because it's a lot. They're outnumbered right now.
So to answer the question specifically, one thing that I don't agree with and that women have to learn is y'all are not men. You cannot operate like a man. You are a completely different species. You a completely different being. You got a completely different perspective on how it is that you're supposed to move, right? And so when I say that, the biggest red flag that I get is when women start to say, well, men do it, or isn't men like this, or whatever. Listen, I've never seen a guy that sit there and say, well, women do it, so I should be able to do it too. Why would you?
Right.
Compare yourself and try to put yourself in the same frame as a man. That's A. B, a lot of times because women are more emotional and women are more nurturing, they can't help but to get attached. And when you see a woman that starts to operate with the same perspective as a man, that's the biggest red flag ever. It's the biggest red flag ever. C, when a woman is talking to multiple different dudes, it's inevitable that she's going to get attached to one or the other, right? It's the reason why guys care so much about body count. It's not that they're going to sit there and ask you what your body count is, but you can't unsee all of the different experiences that you had with multiple different men, which is why men would prefer women that don't have or have never been with another guy, and why it's important a lot of times for women to get married early, because what happens is they start to, your body, get the girl all.
Okay, so you know that's how they do me. You know, that's how they do me. I gotta get these ads up out of here. You know, they gonna bombard me. But nah, Antoine's right. You know, he's cooking. You know, he's on subject.
Is built to take, right? And it changes every single time something enters it. It evolves every single time you have a new experience with a guy, and you will never be able to unsee that. So what you're doing is, a lot of these broken relationships, you're taking them from person to person, and they're compounding, and then you bring that new issue into a new relationship with a new guy that can then see all of your trauma and your issues, and then y'all start the trauma bond. But more importantly, he understands that you also date multiple guys, and so he don't look at you as a chick that he would marry in the first place. Because why would I try to compete with another dude, especially if I'm a guy that's winning? Because y'all say y'all want all of these dope dudes, right? And if you get a guy that's winning, because we only get better with time, we make more money, right? Our peak earning season isn't until our late 50s, early 60s. Why would we settle for you?
I don't know if that's true. I think it's about 45 to 55. I don't think it's past 55, you know. Although, you know, some people start late. Some people, you know, you might be getting up there. If you live that long, you know, hopefully we can all live the 80s and 90s, you know.
You, instead of just keeping you on a roster, right? Mm-hmm. We have all options in the world. You just you a moment. You are but a vapor in the air. We will hit it and don't even remember your name the millisecond after we get our post-nut clarity. What makes y'all think that y'all that relevant in our minds?
This nigga said post-nut clarity. But all the men have to agree, you know. And as sad as it is, you know, you might think a guy is into you. He might be into you all week. He might be hounding you all week. But once he busts that nut, you know, it's like a roll of a dice if he even fucking likes you. And then if he doesn't, what he'll do is leave. You know, and he'll come back when he builds up that urge. Like he builds up that urge. It's like, okay, fuck it. Let me go fuck with her. As soon as you get that nut, it's going to be that same feeling. You're going to have that same exact feeling. And women don't understand that. Guys are like, you can say we're weird. You can say guys are weird. Like we're a very, very different, you know, intellectual type of creature. With the type of things that we do and the sense, you know, our sense. A simp is gonna turn all that shit off. You know, they can't get no pussy. A guy, you know, he needs some pussy. It happens when you're young. You just get awkward. You know, you can't get none. Pretty soon you're 15, 16, 17, 18, still ain't got none. 19, 20, 21, still, you know, they still ain't got none. Or they get a little piece and be jocking the bitch and thinking that she like him because she gave him some pussy. No, she built up that urge. She needed to release. You know? So we definitely gotta distinguish the difference between just fucking and somebody that's really into you.
So you mixed two things. You said that a woman who has trauma, unhealed trauma, so she's walking around already broken. At that point, it doesn't matter if she's dating multiple men. That man has to have the discernment to say, this woman is not a woman that needs to be in a relationship. So that's two things in one that you're kind of like putting
No, but
up.
what you don't understand is that most of the time you don't know that you broken. You think that you just
why you
broke
take
and
the
that
time
you
to-
weighing your options, but you don't know that you broken, A, and B, just because he fucking you don't mean that he necessarily looking to marry you.
But that's assuming that women are out here having sex, and I'm not saying that it's not women out here that's not doing that. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm saying that it is smart to keep your legs closed. And in today's dating world in 2022, with these type of men, they may not be like you. They may not be like you.
No, you're gonna attract the ones that are like you. The ones that, you know, that's what you're gonna attract. Good guys ain't going to bad women. And I'm not saying you're bad. Because you haven't explained about the guys that you came encounter with, or the caliber of guys that you date. All right, so you know, I haven't got there, so don't chew my head off. You know, but good guys, they're not looking to nest with a woman that's not intentionally. Sometimes you get caught up, you just take too much of that panty pie, you take too much of it at one sitting. So you kind of get this little connection. And then, you know, that could turn into kids, that could turn into misery, you know. You got to make sure it's right. And good dudes, they're not, you know, you're going to attract good dudes if you're a good woman. A good dude might see you, you know, but he's really not coming to fuck with you like that. You're going to get all these guys that never grow up. There's a group of guys that never grow up. To get with a guy that wants to grow up and actually leave all this bullshit alone and, you know, raise a family and, you know, all of this, that's not too common. It's not.
So therefore, these men in 2022, you need to expand your options, or you're going to be walking around heartbroken, not the men.
It's
If you are
the
trying
men.
to talk
It's
to a
not.
dude that is
It's not.
married, go ahead, Pearl.
It's not the men in 2022. It's the men you pick. 1 out of 3 men are either virgins or.
I don't pick them; they come to me, and there's
It doesn't.
attraction.
You are
That's
what
always wanna hit
you.
people with
Hey,
that
let me
ball.
finish. Let me finish. You gotta let me
Well,
finish.
you jumped in between a conversation.
Why y'all let it
Okay,
go? One time, one time.
One
No, I told her
in
to
3 men.
take it
1 in
back.
3 men.
Go ahead.
1 in 3 men. 1 in 3 men are either virgins or they haven't had sex in the past year. So there's a plethora of men that will be faithful to you and won't play these games. They're just not the men you want.
Women aren't going to be attracted to that en masse ever.
No, I understand that, but it's like you are what you attract. Like, so you can't generally, you can't.
Somebody heard me. You are who you attract.
You can't generalize all of men.
You not are what you attract. You are what you put up with. Thank you. If you're beautiful,
No. Wrong.
you attract all types of men.
But why would you? But wait. But I just got
Character is like a magnet.
I just got one question. Why would you want to attract?
That did make a little bit of sense. You know, you are who you put up with. It does make sense. I thought about it again. You know, it does make a little. It does, because you're going to attract a lot of different things. You are. you're gonna attract a lot of different things.
Attract all types of men when you only got to get it right once.
I didn't say you have to. I said that if you're beautiful, you're going to attract all types of men.
No.
It's
With
what
guys,
you put up with.
why do you think that why do you think that they would attract themselves to you if you're beautiful? My point is the person that you marry has to be the substance has to be much greater than skin deep. What we're looking to marry, which is why I say you got to get it right once, is not based off of whatever it is that you think that you're putting on your face. It don't have nothing to do with beauty per se alone. That's not the primary reason why we decide to marry you. Your beauty is not going to be the determining factor for whether or not I want you to have my kid.
Facts. Hey, Anton, I got Phil Jackson on the phone right now. Hey, Phil, how many people you had in your rotation to run the triangle offense? Only 7? B. Taylor, the great Phil Jackson only had 7 people in his rotation to run the triangle offense.
Mr. Logic be clowning, man. He be clowning. And I gotta see, so the men, they coming in with the hopefully the answer to this.
So even he said that's too many, man. And he's a man that coached a football team. Shout out to Coach K.
But I never gave a number.
But if you telling me,
you ain't gonna tell, even if it was a high number, even if it was 10 niggas. You the type of woman that a motherfucker's supposed to just respect off the rip. I get that. But you could be talking to 10 niggas and you won't even tell them. Oh, you don't tell him it's a roster. You don't tell him he's not the only one. That's lying and being deceitful. Period. I don't know, you're hiding things. So even if it was a large number, because if it was a small number, yeah, there's 2 other guys that I'm talking to. One guy, he's out of town. One guy, I met him at the bar 2 months ago. We went out a few times. I screwed him a few times, but we're not really like that. We haven't had sex in a month or 2 weeks. That's honesty. But just, I'm not gonna tell him. And it's not just you, babe. It's not just you. It's plenty of women that think like that. You're not the first one. You learned that. That's a learned behavior. You learn how to not be honest. You learn because that's gotten somebody else somewhere. Somebody else lied about their body count. It got them somewhere. Somebody else lied about the attention that she's giving out to other men. So it got somebody else somewhere in your head. On Instagram. You saw one of your friends getting a bag, a dude with a bag. Oh, she couldn't have told him that she screwed 30 niggas. Damn, I'm not telling these niggas nothing. I'm gonna just let them think what they think. Cause guys are stupid. They just want some pussy. They just want some fucking pussy. It's a bonus if it's somebody on the other end of it that you care about. But at the end of the day, you're going to get some pussy rather if you care about this bitch or not. That's just the nature of a man. They said guys will fuck anything. One of the dudes said that.
That you saying you want to rotate them? The thing is, you're not looking at... Look, if I was to date you and I was to find out that you got all the... You know what? If you got 2 in rotation, you know what I'm going to do? How do you think I'm going to take you serious, man? Do you think I'm gonna take you serious when I know you got another man in the rotation? Waiting on me to fail.
If a man wants me to drop my rotation, take me serious.
Well, I mean, he's dealing with you, so
Nah, that's bullshit. If you're out here, you already got a rotation of guys just dangling around. You're not even vetting them for marriage or nothing. You just got guys dangling around. Like, that's just extra toxic and baggage. To me, that's baggage. And I get a lot of this with women. You know, I see a lot of women with kids. You know, I don't know if she has kids. Maybe they're not going to talk about that. Maybe, you know, we leave that out of it. You know, you leave that of the kids part out of the show. I haven't seen, you know, too much kid talk on here. You know, at least this episode, right? So maybe that's the, you know, right before we go live, everybody's backstage. All right, we're not going to talk about body counts and kids. I don't know.
Oh, I mean,
No, it doesn't. That doesn't mean anything. He can have ill intentions.
Y'all not having sex, right?
No, I'm saying he can have ill intentions. So that does not mean just because he's giving me attention, it's pure intentions to marry me. And so I'm not a psychic. Like the girl,
One minute. Hey, Bill Belichick is on the phone right now, and he said he run his defense, and he only have a 11-man rotation, and it got to be 12 people. Look, ma'am, nobody have rotations like that, especially a woman. If you're trying to compare yourself to a man in any kind of capacity,
I never try to compare myself to a man.
You are.
But I'm not.
You don't have rotations, ma'am.
I think
you are. And now I know this is real. This isn't just cap. First I thought, well, maybe they just on here trolling. You know. But she's learning though. People, we all make mistakes. We want the mistakes that we made to be the right decision. You know, we overloaded ourselves to where when Mrs. Right came around, we had too many bitches and she ran off. It's the same damn thing, you know. You got Mr. Right, he comes into your life and you're not ready. Nobody wants to get ready. People think that getting ready is to go and find somebody to fuck or 2 or 3 dudes that I can have in my rotation until the right guy comes. That's not faith. That's bullshit. That doesn't even sound right. Even as a guy, you know, you're gonna run around, have all these bitches in rotation. You know, if you're gonna have a good time, have a good time. If this is somebody that you see having a relationship, put the effort into it. But just to have people dangling around just in your life, that's problematic. That's how relationships are destroyed. That's how when you find Mrs. Right and she's the right one and the one that you want to settle down with, you still got all this other baggage on the side. Women do it time and time again. Then they get old. They wonder why they're 36 years old, 37 years. They don't have a man. They don't have nobody that will lay it all down on the line for them. They don't. And if they did, he would be there. You know, you got to cherish the ones that are there, that have been sticking down with you, whether they're making 40,000 or 140,000.
that men just have a lot of pride and ego to think that how dare she not be all over me.
All right, let me see if I can slide.
I'm sorry, Anton. How many people is enough for like a roster? Like how many? Like you're talking about like 2, talking about 3, 4.
It depends on the woman. Like if you have a guy that's like on standby, you never went on a date with him.
See, she had a chance to just be quiet. She had a chance to be quiet. You know. She kept rambling. She was asking Antoine, you know, what was for a guy. a guy to have. We was done talking about the ladies. We already got the perspective. It's predominantly, you know, women that wanna not be out here so much, or it's split down the middle. I can't remember. But it wasn't predominantly you and what you're talking about. And that's why you got to do all this explaining. It could have just been quick. Yeah, I want a roster, blah, blah, blah. You know, if it was the right thing. But when it's the wrong thing, you got to do all this explaining. That's what's happening.
He may just compliment you from time to time, or you may have given your number to him. Then you have your main guy that's you're actually really pursuing. Then you have a guy that probably took you out on a date, but you're not really talk to him every day. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, what's up? How are you? Like, it's nothing like where I'm going on dates every weekend with different dudes of the week. Like, that's not what a roster. That's why I'm not trying to compare myself to men, because I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna move like a all
right, so
but it's like
nah, don't try to fix it up now. I can't fix it up. I can't go back and say, oh yeah, I don't mean what I said on this reaction. You know, like everything I said from the first minute all the way to now, I had to stand on it. You know, I had to live with it. I had to stand on it. You know. So, like I said, don't change your subject now and turn it into a lady, because that ain't no lady. More times than not, if you find a woman with that type of mind frame and those are the type of laws that she's gonna conduct herself under, you're gonna be up shit creek with no paddle. It's gonna be all on you, Jack. Like BG, it's all on you.
Like you're taking attention from guys, so you're kind of using other guys for attention.
Men use validation. That's it.
Why is this a let's point the fingers?
Right, so, and we just talked about the point the finger thing. B Taylor, I gotta go check out this B Taylor. I gotta go check it out. She gotta have some subs, because I see a lot of women aligning with her ideology. I don't agree with it. You know, I don't agree with it. I'm not going to say that you can't be successful like that, you know, in this simplistic, Simp Olympics type of world that she's living in. This Simp Olympics type of world where she knows that 9 times out of 10, she's already came to the conclusion that she's probably gonna be her kid's dad is probably gonna be a simp. There's a lot of women, I think they came to that conclusion. Like my husband, my baby's dad, the father of my kids, he's probably gonna be a simp. So if that's all you're looking for is a simp, I would have to agree with her and think that, like, seriously, if this is the blueprint, if you're looking for a simp, because he doesn't care about your body count. He doesn't care that you just can't shut your mouth. He doesn't care if you lie to him. He doesn't care if you have a roster. These are all characteristics of a simp. So yes, I can see a lot of women aligning with B Taylor TV. You know, I'll do a show with her. What day we going up? You know, because we can argue and I can combat you all day, and the women could call say I ain't shit. The men could come on there and say that you ain't shit. You know, and yeah, it'd be a good show. I believe that.
No, it's a balance, right? It's a balance. It's not a point of finger. It's calling out facts, right?
And some men do. The majority of men don't get to use women. The majority of men
Yeah.
don't get sex on a regular basis. It's not
At
easy
all.
for them to get.
Okay.
Right. Right. Cause then those are the same dudes that you guys wouldn't fuck with. You know, there's a group of guys in this world that you ladies would not fuck with. You know, they're not getting sex. So Pearl is right. I don't know how much research or how interested she is in this. Some people just, you know, they've got some living, so they feel like they're experts. I can just jump on here and just talk about my situation. You know, I done fucked with a dozen niggas, 3 dozen niggas. So I must got some fucking experience. You know, I know how to get fucked in hotel rooms and shit. I told you part 2. Part 2 was going down. You know, appreciate everybody that came in, enjoying the show. You know, hope you enjoying the show.
So
I don't know what men you
percentage.
talk to, but I know
It's
the
not-
men that's around me, they be getting the sheets.
Well, because you only see a small percentage of men.
So Pearl, can I ask you something? So okay, you know,
So they're gonna attack Pearl. See, they don't want no smoke for that Carmen, because Carmen's coming with that ether. Carmen's coming with that thrax. You know, they don't want no smoke with Carmen or Coach K. You know, they're gonna pick on her because that's the quickest way. Because they got to get the room to sway. They need one more vote. Curves for life. I don't know how much input she wants to give into this. You know, everybody's experiences and input is valid. You know, this is an open panel. Let's hear the smoke she got for Pearl.
you know how a lot of people use social media and different dating apps and stuff to date people, right? And some of these people, you never talk to them on the phone, or you're just texting. Like, is it bad to like kind of talk to multiple people or have a roster when you're on social media and have a dating app?
I mean, are you dating someone?
Oh, I wasn't talking about me personally. I was just
Nah, you was talking about you personally, but even if you weren't, like, you know, answer the question. Are you dating somebody, you know, in this situation? Not you, just, you know, is this mysterious person that you're making this scenario about, is she dating someone? And I'll just give you my answer. The question will be, that's wrong. For you to be hitting dudes on social media and, you know, all of this. And if that guy finds out and he's not a simp, he's out of there. Okay? Like I said, simps are going to tolerate everything. You know, let me say my disclaimer. Anything I say, like, if you're looking for a simp, you know, this shit it doesn't count. You know, a simp, you could cheat on him, he's gonna take you back, all of that shit. So it doesn't apply. You could have 1 million niggas when you fucking with a simp.
asking, you know, just a question.
Wait, so, I mean, I think if you're dating someone, you should focus on them, and if it doesn't work out, then find someone else.
How does that work for you, Pearly? Are you actively dating?
I keep my dating life off of the internet, but
Same girl.
All right, let me.
yeah.
She keeps her day. That's smart. You keep the dating life off of the internet, you know. And you know that was real convenient. I could tell she has said that before. You know, some people need to take notes because that was a good response. You know, she just wants to keep her dating life off of the internet. You know, that's what she's practiced. That's what's been working for her and hers. You know, they coming with that smoke. This is part 2. Dr. Hood smoking on that gas. You dig? We up in Seattle. It's gonna be a nice day today. You know, it's a beautiful city. Come to my channel. I'll give you some clips, man. I might roll through the town or something and, you know, get some clips.
Let me try to interject, man, for y'all going in personal business.
It works so well. We just want to know the results. You know, if you're going to be giving all this advice,
I don't actually really.
Well, you've been giving the most advice. You know, let me stop because it seems like I'm caping for Pearl. You know, I don't want to cape for anybody. Pearl could say some shit. You know, I'll be on her head. We'll do another video about it. I'll bring the panel in and everything. You know, Def Chef. You know, Ray Midnight. I mean, we can get it in.
They give advice. I was asked a question, but okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get the bruiser. Let's get to the men so we can go ahead and close this one out. Go ahead, bruiser.
All right. So women, women should, hell no. Because, you know, women are becoming more and more promiscuous. You know, the sexual norm today has made coochie discipline a thing of the past. So they not going to just go on a date to vet. I don't believe that. They going to bust it open, especially if the brother look decent and got a little bread. So yeah, if you recognize your value and the type of man you qualify for, you know what I'm saying? For your own good, you got to be precise. Don't waste your time with men who can't recognize and accept the value you have to offer, because whether you believe it or not, you're not always going to be able to offer the value you currently have. That's what Anton was talking about. As you get older, and I think Pearly Things said it on one of her shows. I think she did a comparison of a man being 40 and a woman being 40. A man can attract a 25-year-old versus a 40 woman. She can't attract a 25-year-old because she's close to having geriatric pregnancies.
She can for sex, but yeah.
Okay. See, it's big cooking. It's big cookouts. See, I'm giving y'all that raw. You know, going over there to Lapeef Network. You know, they be cooking. You dig?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Logic, and take us home on this one.
Oh, I'm just keeping score. That's it.
Hey, you messed my whole train of thought off with the score, dog.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Next round. I'm
Yeah. And I swear I was gonna do that on the thing, but I was gonna have everybody, you know, on the panel doing it at the same time. Let me get this up off of here. You know how they gonna bombard me. They gonna bombard me, y'all.
All right, well, if you guys are just tuning in, you got something else to say, Bruiser? Okay.
No, man. Go ahead, Logic, with that, man.
If you guys just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef. Let's
go ahead. Wait. Hold up, Bruiser. Go ahead and what? The truth?
No, go ahead, man. It's just funny, man.
It ain't funny. The truth ain't funny. The truth is real. You know what I'm saying? B Taylor been on the rope the whole time. Hey, shit. Chat. Y'all drop the score in the chat. Drop the score. We'll let the chat do it.
I should have. Does that say Mr. Pearly?
That's my new name from every episode now.
Well, I guess I am married now, right?
See, here we go, Mr. Logic. He's on that. He's seeing, because, you know, and it's not has nothing to do with beauty. You know, I think everybody, you know, looks decent. You know, it's just getting that one that wants to be on your program and understands the importance of the way things go. You know, that's just important. Getting somebody that's willing to be cooperative and, you know, and not talk like that, not shoot herself in the foot. Because she believes that. She's like, oh, I don't give a fuck about what these guys are saying. This is how I'm going to do it. And if a few more guys hit me because I'm on this Lapeef shit, I'm talking to them too. And she got a good guy right there in her life. She don't give him the attention that he needs because she's all over the place.
That was quick.
If you guys just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Make sure you get the likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There are so many super chats. I'm not sure if I'm able to get to all of them, but thank you. If I don't read them, it's nothing personal. It's just piling up quick. We appreciate all the support. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Moving on to our next topic of the night. It's time.
Anyway, that's it right there. I let him get his hookup off. You guys saw the hookup and know how to go there and support all of that good shit. This is Dr. Hood. We out. Peace.